Hi guys, how is it going? Welcome back to my channel, and yes, for all my new subscribers, you know I'm Natalia Suri and I do everything related to books and occult sciences. You'll find a mix of two on my channel. You'll meet witches and tantrics and book reviews of the latest books, plus book recommendations, author interviews, and the list can go on. But my today's video is a book review on Chetan Bhagat's latest book, Arranged Murder. Yes, so the title itself I think has given out a lot of things about the book, but before that I must tell you that I had recently posted in a video about Chetan Bhagat that how is he the best-selling author in the country in spite of those millions and millions of dislikes out there. What is the secret of his marketing strategy? All those points. I'm sharing the link of that video below. Do check that video out. But coming back to today's video on the book review of his book Arranged Murder. So as I said, the title of the story gives out a lot of things, that it will have a love angle, there is some romance part to it, and maybe perhaps a protagonist who's running away from arranged marriage. This was the first reaction which I got when I saw the cover of the book. So I'm not really a Chetan Bhagat fan, as you know. It's not that I like him or dislike him. Any author who writes a book, it has to be given to him because it involves a lot of hard work, and Chetan Bhagat is no exception to that. But yes, as my friend had recommended me, especially after the video I had posted on Chetan Bhagat, that I should read his latest book. So I have read that, and I had thought that I should do a book review on that book. So what is the book about? It has a concept of two friends, Saurabh and Keshav, who have opened an investigating agency. There is Prerna, the character. Now Saurabh is portrayed as the plumpish guy and Prerna the plumpish girl. Now this part I did not really appreciate in the book, was the body shaming part. Plumpish guy and plumpish girl was something I did not really appreciate, but okay, that's for Chetan Bhagat to decide. But as a reader, I did not like it. Now we have Keshav, who is shown as the cool guy. Now both of them, as I said, Saurabh and Keshav and Prerna, so there's a triangle. It's not a love triangle, but what happens is that Saurabh and Prerna are going to get married, and there is the Karwa Chauth scenario, which is the Indian traditional scenario. So people who like the Indian setup are really going to like this book. So Prerna has kept a Karwa Chauth fast for Saurabh, and she calls him, and when Saurabh lands up to her place, he's her murdered. Now is it a murder, is it a suicide, or is it an accident? Now it is something which has really confused me. What was Chetan Bhagat really trying to do in this book? Is it a who done it, why done it, how done it, or is it a mix of three? So this part has really confused me as to what was he really trying to write in the book. Now 4 chapters through the book, I already was able to predict who the murderer is. It is not a very complicated story. There are about 12 characters you will find. Now out of those 12 characters, one is the murderer, and I think after the 4th chapter you would be able to may perhaps guess who the murderer is. Another point which I would like to point out over here is I was told that this book is a sequel of Girl in 105, so you need to read that to read this. No, this is an independent read. You really don't need to read that, though the characters he has kept common in the 2 novels. Perhaps maybe Chetan Bhagat is trying to write out a series of crime thrillers. Maybe that is in his plan of keeping the same characters. I don't know, but yes, you can read it independently. There is no link between the 2 novels. As Chetan Bhagat is very famous for his romance, I thought that it would involve a lot of romance angles, but no, it really does not involve a lot of romance angles. He has tried to move the story back and forth of showing Saurabh and Prerna's romance, but it really does not involve a lot of part in the story. The chapters are very, very small, and it's a very fast read. You can read it very fast. I think perhaps it will just take you 2 to 3 hours to read this book, nothing beyond. And yes, I lost interest after the 4th chapter. Now please do not take me that I do dislike Chetan Bhagat. It's nothing of that sort. He's a writer. He puts forward a story in front of the reader. It's a piece of art. Some like it and some don't like it. For me, it really didn't work, because after the 4th chapter, as I said, I knew who the murderer was. And yes, for people who like perhaps Indian thrillers, stories which are set up with Indian backgrounds, the Indian love angles where the 2 protagonists are calling each other nicknames of jalebi and pakora and samosa, and if you like that angle, perhaps then if you find that very cute, you may like that story. For me, it really did not work, because as I said, the end is predictable. So this book really did not work for me. But yes, as I have always said, that his writing is extremely simple, and it really does not involve much of an effort to perhaps find any fancy words or difficult words. It doesn't have that kind of a thing. It's extremely simple, the writing. And yes, for all the readers, this is my view on Chetan Bhagat's book, that it doesn't have anything which was out of the ordinary. Perhaps he has tried to take inspiration, as I put it, from Agatha Christie's book, where her characters were close, where there was a family drama going on, and everything was between the two close characters, and we had to guess who the murderer was. Perhaps he has tried to take inspiration from her, but I really don't know till what level he has been successful, because this book really did not work for me. So my recommendation for this book is a no. Perhaps it is for your own self to decide. As I have always said, it is a piece of art and beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. For me, it didn't work, because books with predictable ends don't work for me. Anything which surprises me is something which I really love and like, so this really did not work for me. Now, before I go, I must share my blog with you, www.nataliasuri.com. I've just done a movie review of the movie Halal. Now, this movie worked for me because the end was absolutely unpredictable. It's on a medical scam. I'm not going to tell you much more about it. Do check it out. It's on Eros now, and the review which I have posted on my blog, do check that out. And yes, the movie did work for me because the end was absolutely unpredictable. So that is what I have for today. And yes, see you soon, and do remember to keep smiling and take care of your health. Press the like or the dislike button, whatever you feel like. And yes, it would be wonderful if you join me on my journey, especially as a YouTuber over here. It would be just great. And yes, take care of yourself. Lots and lots of love. Bye.